In today's video, let's go through Nintendo's 2026 lineup and find out all the games that will be featured in this year. We have plenty on the table to look forward to. A lot of these games come from the Nintendo Direct that happened on the 12th of September. We got a lot of new game releases and got plenty of new Nintendo games. There was a Mario 40th anniversary section at the start of the presentation. We got Yoshi and the Mysterious Book in this section. This is a brand new Nintendo Switch 2 game, which will be coming out in spring 2026. If you didn't know, the last Yoshi game was featured on the original Nintendo Switch and was called Yoshi's Crafted World, which released in 2019. In the game, a mysterious book named Mr. E falls from the sky. Yoshi looks through the book and finds lots of unusual creatures which he looks to investigate throughout this expansive world. It looks like a fun adventure game, with lots of creatures to find and mysteries to uncover. It looks like a free-flowing game with the ability to just go as you please and decide which animals to look for. One of my favourite parts about this game is the art style. It has a scrapbook look to it that gives it a unique charm. It looks very pretty and you can tell it is making the most of the Nintendo Switch 2 graphics. This game is one that I'm pretty excited about as the story seems very interesting and the graphics look wonderful. Next, let's talk about Mario Tennis Fever, the first Mario sports game on the Switch 2. This is the sequel to Mario Tennis Aces, which released on the original Nintendo Switch in 2018. This game is coming out on February 12th, 2026, so most likely a little bit before Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. In this game there will be 38 playable characters, which is actually the most in the series' history. This will mean that there will be plenty of customization during this game, which is definitely nice to have in a game. There is also 30 different Fever rackets, each with their own special abilities. What we can take from this is that this game should hopefully stay fun for more than just a couple of days, as there seems to be plenty of variation with the characters and also the rackets too. I think this was a problem with the Mario Tennis Aces game a few years ago, where people found it a bit boring after a short amount of time, similar to what happened to Drag X Drive a couple of months ago, so hopefully that won't happen to us. There are plenty of modes featured in this game. The first is Tournament, which is probably the mode that I and most other people will play the most of. As well as that we have Trial Towers, Mix It Up mode, which includes Wonder Effects, and finally the Adventure mode. The Adventure mode looks really fun and is a good bonus to the sports game. So in this Adventure mode, Mario and his friends are transformed into babies and must defeat monsters to return to normal. I hope this Adventure mode will feel fulfilling and won't last only 30 minutes, because if that's the case it won't really be that great. Finally, we do have the expected Joy-Con 2 motion control support, which obviously works great with a tennis game. What has concerned plenty of people has been the price. This game is going to be $70, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. The fact that Donkey Kong Bonanza can be $70 makes no sense if Mario Tennis Fever will match that. But I guess you can't really judge a game before you play it, so we'll have to wait until February 12th to see. The third game we'll take a look at is Pokemon Pokopia, and let me tell you now, in that Nintendo Direct we had, I was begging for a mention of the new Animal Crossing game for the Switch 2, but sadly we never got it and the final game was Fire Emblem instead, which personally I and many others don't really care about. And in that final slot I was convinced they would show the new Animal Crossing, but sadly we didn't. But earlier on in this presentation we did see this brand new Pokemon game called Pokemon Pokopia, and as soon as I learnt about what this game included, you could tell that this was following a similar path to Animal Crossing, and it kind of reminded me of Minecraft too actually. So in this game you play as a Ditto, and your goal is to shape an empty land into a lovely world for a variety of Pokemon. There is a lot to do in this game, including collecting items such as berries, rocks and wood, building furniture, growing vegetables into fields you've tilled, creating homes for the Pokemon you've met, and much more. So you kind of got that crafting involved which relates to both Minecraft and Pokemon, and an art style which is similar to both as well. In fact, the grass blocks in this game almost replicate to what they look like in Minecraft. And then the cozy feel to this game is of course very similar to the likes of Animal Crossing. My one worry though, as an Animal Crossing fan, is that I hope this doesn't replace Animal Crossing for that 2026 release, as this Pokemon Pokopia game is coming out in 2026. My hope is that we'll see an Animal Crossing announcement in the next Direct, and then get an Animal Crossing release date for 2026, but I'm now worrying that it may be coming out in 2027 instead, so not to align with this game. But anyway, this game will be great as something to play in the wait for the next Animal Crossing game. Finally, let's talk about Splatoon Raiders. This game has already been mentioned on the channel before, but ironically somehow is the only one without a release date. You would have thought by now that Nintendo would have given this game a release date, but not yet. So, we haven't really received that many details about this game at the time of this recording. In this game, you play as a mechanic and explore the mysterious Spiralite Islands, which it looked like early in the announcement trailer they had crashed into. This game has been quoted as a spin-off game, but that is only suggesting that it is taking a different route compared to a typical Splatoon game, as this game is a story-focused game. So don't worry about this game being too small of a game, as this probably might be one of the most content-rich Splatoon games ever in the franchise. Talking about the graphics, this game looks to be looking quite nice with a vibrant look with a sky that actually reminds me a lot like Mario Kart World. If you're interested about when this game may come out, my guess that it might come out in the summer of 2026, but at the same time has no release date, so could be coming out in 2027. But to me, that is very unlikely, as Nintendo would have given their announcement trailer very early if that was the case. So overall, this game might actually be the game that Nintendo fans are the most excited for, at least as much as what I have seen, that is. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop a like and even subscribe to the channel to get lots of great Nintendo focused videos. If you enjoyed this one, check out this video right here, and enjoy the rest of your day.